Forms can be a really helpful tool to layer on to Pipedrive to augment its power. You can use forms at the beginning of the process to add deals to Pipedrive in a very structured way. I have another demo video where I explain this, so feel free to check out the links below for that. You can also use it during and even after the sales process to collect information from your prospects or your customers about how the sales process went. Here's an example. Maybe you're a home services company and you want your prospects to submit information to you ahead of the home visit that you're going to make. Maybe it's room measurements or dimensions or something else. You can use a form. I'm going to use JotForm in my example to send these questions out to them. And when they submit the information, you can link it right back to Pipedrive exactly where you want it. This example will be about a car dealership who's looking to collect information about the individual who's scheduled an appointment to come in and check out the cars they have on the lot before that appointment takes place. When a potential customer books an appointment on your website, there will be a deal created in the appointment scheduled stage. Let's say you have that automation already set up. So you've got this user, Liz Peterson, who has booked an appointment for June 23rd. And in order to make the booking process really easy, you don't ask for very much information in that booking form, but you then send a follow-up email asking for some of this information so that you have that and can be, quote unquote, prepared for their visit when they come in. So what you can do is you can send out a job form and you can contain the deal ID within the link of the job form. And then when their information is submitted, you can tie all of that information back to the deal, update the deal, and also have the deal move stages or have additional automations trigger from there. So I have a job form pre-set up here. The important thing is I have a field that I named customer_ID. And this is how I'm going to tie the automation back to whichever deal is completing the link that I send out. So this field is a hidden field. So it's not visible to the user, but information is collected when the form is submitted. And then I just have a few questions set up here. There's some conditional formatting, so I'll show you that kind of as we go through. So the first automation is we want an email to auto send out to this person when they do the booking. So we will trigger this as when a deal is in the appointment scheduled stage, they get this email automatically. There's lots of different ways to do email automation. For simplicity, I'm just going to do a really basic one. You would not do it this way because you wouldn't want the email to be coming from Zapier, but I'll show you some of the basics here. So you would create a new Zap, and then the trigger is going to be that a deal matches a filter. So I'm going to go back to my pipeline view, and I'm going to create a filter, which is the deal stage is appointment scheduled, and the deal status is open, just kind of as a catch there. I always like to name these as Zapier so that they don't get edited. And we'll do appointment is scheduled, send email. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save that. So we're going to have two deals that match when we set this up in Zapier. So I'm going to select Pipedrive as my trigger tool, and it's going to be that a deal matches a filter. So here, you can always just scroll down. It's going to be whichever is the last one you completed, or also it's this filter. I could also type in 56. Both of those would work, or you can look for the name. So I'm going to test my trigger, and again, I should get both of these deals matching. So I've got deal 145, which is the James Mann deal, and then I've got deal 146, which is the Liz Peterson deal. There, you can see there. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. So I'm going to click continue here, and then I'm going to just do email by Zapier. Again, you can do Gmail, Outlook. You can also do this via automation through Pipedrive's workflow automation. I'm just doing this as a really, really basic example. So the to is going to be the email from step 1. And then subject, whatever you want. You can put in your company name. And then here you can put in your message. So here I've got something just pre-designed here. So I like to do first name. In order to do that, here you would actually have to add a lookup step to get the person information. So you would look up the person connected to this deal, because I can't get the first name just out of the deal information. You can see it's always first name, last name, so person ID name. But for simplicity, again, I'm just going to select this. So help us get ready for your appointment. Please let us know what you're looking for by completing this form. And then again, this is just the job form link, but you can also embed this on a website, and this could be a web URL, so it doesn't actually have to be job form. What's most important is this information here. So at the end, you need the question mark, then you need the name of the field, and then you need the equal sign, and then you need the ID. So here, I'm going to make this a dynamic field, and it's going to be that ID. Okay, so then I'm going to, actually what I'll do here is I'm just going to BCC, that way we can see it in Pipedrive. This CC email, so it'll show up in Pipedrive. So then you're going to click continue, and you're going to test the action. You'll see what got sent, and then if it looks good, you would update it. So and you would click publish. So now back on my deal, you can see that this email got sent. Again, using any other email tool, you would get this just to be a link here. But assuming you have to copy and paste it, I now am taken to this form. So now what this person would do is they would complete the options here. So I'll do trade in as the example. And then there are options that pop up here that are dynamic. So I'll do trade in, and yes, I know what I'm looking for. All right, so I have this completed with trade-in information, and then also the vehicles that I want to test drive. So I'd click submit on this. And then just as another example here, because I want to have two options when we go to build, I'm going to go back and I'm going to just hack in for this other deal. So this is deal 145, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to submit a response for deal 145 as well. So this one I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to say I don't know what I want, and I'm going to just select some options here, and I'll say nothing else to share. So here I'm going to click submit, and then I have pulled up the responses here. So I have these two responses, and you can see that the customer ID was captured on both, which is fabulous. And all of the answers are indicated here. So now I can go and build my connection from that job form into Pipedrive. So I'm going to go back to my main view here, and I'm going to create a new Zap. And so this will be job form as the trigger. There's a new submission. And I'm going to continue and select this form where I just submitted those two tests. So I've got the submission B and I've got the Submission A. Awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to program everything from the submission A, and then I will come back and program everything from the submission B. So what I'm going to do here is I want to update a deal. So I'm going to update deal. So the deal is going to be that customer ID field. So I put in that. And then what I want to update is the information that they provided. So for 145, are you looking to trade in or just buy and lease? So I'm going to submit their answer from that question. Then coming back, body type and make were both submitted. So make and then body type. So I've got those answers. Now you can see I didn't have the options from the other conditional formatting. So those fields that only popped up if you selected, yes or no, I don't have those answers in this submission. So I can go through and I can test this so we can see that this one will be updated. Yay, so those came in. I may also want to update the deal stage, right? So requirements are collected. So I could come in and edit that. So stage, I'll say I actually want the stage to change. Again, I could create an activity, lots of different things I could do here. And then now what I want to do though is I want to program those other options in, right? So what happens if they selected the other submission options? So I have all of those captured in this one from submission B. So now I'm going to go back to my step 2. You see I have my deal ID in there, fabulous, but then I also have my trade-in information. So I want to update those fields. So this one came in, right? Just a different response, same question. But here I want to put in the make, model, year, and then the mileage. Perfect. Oh, and I think I forgot to program the test drive. What do they want to test drive? So that is going to be, what are they interested in test driving? And then we also have this, which is there anything else you would like to share? For this answer, we can add it as a note on the deal. So that's going to be my last step here. So here I can go ahead and I can retest this action. And I should see that deal for Liz moved stages because I added that. And then I've got all this information in, make and body type. I don't have because this person told me exactly what they want to test drive versus the other person just said, hey, these are some general makes and body types I'm interested in. You tell me what I should come in and test drive. So that is good. And then I can add a note. So in Pipedrive, I will create a note. I will attach it to the deal from step 2. And I can just put in this. So I can say content answer to, I can use some HTML if I want. So I'll make this bold. And then I will put in that response. All right, so I'm adding this one for that Liz deal. So here I see that note. I could pin it. That's an option, which means it'll always kind of stay up here, or I just have it thread down below. But now I have programmed this Jot form to automatically update deals in this pipeline when it is submitted. So when a deal's created in the appointment scheduled, that email would get sent off to them. They click the link. Then once they complete that form, all of their information is tied back to the deal. The deal stage updates. There's a note created on the deal, and I am all set. So what I would recommend doing at this point is I would turn on both automations and I would run a couple of tests all the way through, putting myself as the person. I'm not going to demo that for you here today, but everything that I have set up does work, and you're welcome to play around with this and set it up on your own.